Hi, I'm Jim Walters, and I'm so glad you're going on a mission trip. I've been involved in short-term missions for 30 years now. I've myself gone 40 times to other countries, and I've taken hundreds and hundreds of people with me. And that has been a great joy to see what God has done through short-term missions. You know what all those people had in common that went on the mission trips was this. They all were called to go on the trip by God. What most of them had in common is they did not have enough money in their bank account to go on the trip. But this has really never been a problem. The reason for that is the very definition of a missionary is one sent on a journey by another for a purpose. Really, if you have all the money you need and you're going on a mission trip, you could say you're a tourist. You're just going somewhere. But in the true sense of being a missionary, you have partners who pray for you and support you financially, and they have a vested interest in what happens. That is a pure mission trip. And if God has called you to go, you need to know this right up front. God has already called other people to provide for you the support you need to go. Your problem is you just don't know who they are. And their problem is they don't know yet that God has called them to be your supporter. So your job then is to communicate that. And this handbook is designed to show you in very simple and straightforward steps how to communicate that vision, that opportunity, so that they can meet that need and have a part of it. We'll talk about how to build a support list, and I'll give you some surprising clues of people to add to your list that you might not have thought about adding to your list. We'll talk about different ways to communicate with them through mail, why phone works in some cases and is not good in other cases, what email can do and what email cannot do, and when to make that personal visit, and what key points you want to get across to your potential supporters in that communication. There's a lot of response mechanisms you'll want to put into the letters that you send out and the phone calls that you make. We'll talk about how to interpret 4 different kinds of responses that you'll get, and then how to follow up with the different responses that you get. Really, it's pretty simple. It's a straightforward A to Z checklist approach that will help you raise all the support you need, not only for this mission trip, but then you'll have in place a ready-made support group for the mission trip that God may call you to next year, or the year after, or the year after. My prayer for you is that you go on more than I've gone on over the next 30 years.